a nice, slow, steady class. So that just means that we're gonna get into a lot of stretches, but mostly the standing poses we're gonna hold. We're gonna hold them for a while. So for 5 breaths or so. So a little more pause, instead of moving and flowing. It's going to be holding and breathing. So take your knees wide. Make sure if they're a little tender, that they're on a blanket. So as wide as your mat. And take your fingers like little spiders. You're going to just walk them out. Keep stretching them out. Keep reaching out a little bit more. And then just reach out. Keep walking them a little further. So I want you to stretch your upper back. And then release your head down. Now let your hips melt down into your heels. And draw the chin in towards your chest. And move back into that belly breath. And this time, let's use that mantra. As you inhale, think of the word let. As you exhale, think of the word go. Take 2 more just like that. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Now on that last exhalation, slowly come up into your tabletop position. Now we're just going to push straight into our downward dog. And really push the hips back. So that the hips are a little forward, the weight's on your shoulders. Push the hips back. Good. Walk the hands and feet together, forward fold. Now I'm going to have you wrap your arms. So you're wrapping your forearms, touching each elbow, head drops in between. So here we're going to sway side to side. Release your arms down and slowly roll up. So spinal roll up all the way up. Good. And to mountain pose. Just take a nice shoulder roll back. Good. Just nice big circle back. And just notice how the upper back is feeling tonight. Now I'd like you to just rotate the palms out. Soften the shoulders back and down. Lift up through your heart and close your eyes for a moment in mountain pose. Start to feel your feet connected to the earth. Notice where the weight of your body is and try to even that out. Distribute it between the front toes, the big toe mound, the pinky toe mound, all the way back to the heel. Now ground through the earth, but rise up through the crown of your head. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, reach the arms up, and we'll wrap the arms around the top of your head. So you may or may not be holding on to the elbow. You could just hold on to the wrist, like one hand wrapping around the wrist. Just try both, see which one works for you. And you're going to inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, you're going to lean over to the right. Now remember, we're going to hold and be steady, right? So instead of moving with the breath, we're going to hold with the breath. So take 5 more breaths. One more inhalation. Pull the navel to the spine, come back tall, stand tall, take an inhale. As you exhale, lean over to the left. Now soften and let go. Start to release those areas of tightness by using your breath. 5 deep breaths. Good. One more inhalation. Now you're going to pull the navel to the spine, come all the way back up. So release your hands down. So ground your feet. Inhale, circle your arms up. As you exhale, swan dive to the forward fold. Inhale, come into a half lift. Good. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, circle the arms up. Big deep breath. Exhale, hands to namaste. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, swan dive to the forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. One more time. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, swan dive to the forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale to the forward fold. Bring the arms out, all the way up, and back to your heart center. Good. Coming to the top of your mat. We're going to stretch out the hips and the legs right now. So we're going to inhale, circle the arms up. As you exhale, swan dive to the forward fold. You're going to inhale, come halfway up. And now when you bend the knees, I'm going to have you step your left leg back. So my heel is back, but I'm going to drop my hip. So I don't want the butt up here. I'm going to drop it down. Your knee, your right knee is over your right ankle. And we're just going to move back and forth. So we're going to straighten the front leg and bend the knee. And you're just going to try to drop that hip. When you straighten the front leg, try and press the back heel down. And, if you don't quite make it, it's okay, right? It's the movement and it's just the passive stretching, right? And we'll do a couple more. Now you're going to bend your knee and drop your hips. So you can be on your fingertips, or maybe your hands are planted to the floor. We'll come into what I call a twisted warrior. So you're going to ground down with your left hand. You're going to reach your right arm up. Now we want to hold this again. We want to hold steady with our breath. So 5 breaths. Bring that hand back down. You're going to rock that foot. That left foot comes forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Bring your arms out like an airplane, circle up. And bring your hands to your heart center. Let's do the other side. So inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Now as you exhale, forward fold, bend the knees, step your right foot back. So our high lunge. You want your hands on either side of your foot. So you're framing that foot. You can either have your hands cupped, or if you can reach that floor, hands to the floor. You can always use your blocks here too, right? So grab those blocks, it's worth that time. It also helps, the blocks also helps with this next little movement, right? So you're gonna rock back and forth. You're gonna press the heel down. Maybe this left foot comes up and then you bend the knee. Just kind of forward and back. Use your breath, inhale here. Exhale back. Inhale here. Exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Now bend the knee. Ground your right hand down to the mat or stay maybe in that cup position. Now we're rooting down to rise that left arm up into our twist. That belly pulls into this inner thigh. And we're going to take 5 deep breaths. Very good. One more full breath. Release your hand down. Good. We're going to again rock it a little bit here. So we're going to step our feet together. Forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Pull that navel in. Arms out like wings. Circle up. Good. Come into that forward fold. Half lift up. Good. Bend your both knees, all right? We're going to step that left foot back. Now this is where you may want a blanket for your left knee. You're going to drop the left knee down. Uncurl the back foot. Press down into your right foot as you lift your arms up. Good. Reaching up. Take at least 3 more breaths. Now my right thumb and index are going to wrap around the left wrist, reach up, and now lean over to your right, so side stretch. So it's going to be the opposite of arm, right? So I'm stretching the opposite arm of the bent knee. Take 3 more breaths. Whoops. Well, that was fun. And then release your hands down. Good. Stretch the hamstring. So flex that right foot. You can grab the toes if you wish. Then release that foot. Go ahead and come back up. Move into your lizard pose. So we're going to toe heel your right foot to the outer edge of the mat. Now this is where you can use your blocks, right? You can have your hands on your blocks, or you can drop your forearms onto your blocks. Take 5 more breaths. Then bring your hands onto your mat. Lift your torso up. We'll get this sciatica by coming into our pigeon pose here. You're going to toe heel your right foot across the mat. This right knee drops down. And I'm going to stay lifting because I can get that sciatica by staying lifting. Some of you are going to be different, right? You're going to feel this a little bit differently. You might feel a deeper stretch if you walk your hands out. Maybe fold your forearms and forehead to the forearms. Take 5 full breaths. Good. 1 more cleansing breath. Then walk your hands, come back up, lift your torso up. Good. I'm going to flex my back foot. I'm going to lift that knee up. This gets a little tricky right here. So you're going to slide. You're going to lift your torso up. This takes your arm. You're going to push into your hands, lift your torso up. Send that foot back. Plank position. Take an inhale as you exhale, push back into your downward facing dog. Now bend both knees. Go ahead and walk your feet forward. Maybe your hands come a little bit forward. Soften your knees as you forward fold. Inhale, arms come out like wings, circle up. And bring your hands to the heart center. Good, let's get that other side. So inhale, circle your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive. Inhale to a half lift. Now when you forward fold, we're going to step that right foot back. And you're going to very carefully drop the right knee down. So now our left foot is forward. You can uncurl the back foot, but if that knee is a little cranky, flex the foot and keep the knee stabilized. Press down into your left foot. Let's inhale, reach your arms up. So we have a little side bend happening here. Our left leg is forward. So you're going to take your left thumb and index finger, wrap it around your wrist. First, just stretch straight up. Stabilize here, pull the belly in, and then lean over to the left. So I'm going to show you how it looks just in case there's a little confusion. Just pretend this is my left leg, right? And I'm leaning this way. Good, take 3 more breaths. Come back to the center, release your hands down, and then you're going to come into your hamstring stretch, right? So you're going to flex that front foot, sit back. Now you can stay a little bit up. I feel that stretch a little bit more if my hips are up. Some people like to sit all the way back into their heel. Again, yoga is about what is good for you and your body. So take 3 more breaths. Lift through the crown of your head. Lift the chest just slightly. Take another full breath. Bend the knee. And come forward. Now we'll come into our lizard pose. So I'm going to toe heel my left foot out. So it's in a 2 o'clock position. Oh, wait a minute. I've been saying this wrong the whole time. One is a 2 o'clock, the other one is like 11. Something. How silly. All right, so what we'll do is we're just going to hold here. All right, you're going to drop, and we really don't want to get into that. We want to just stretch our gluteus, right? The sciatica. So let's just take about 3 more breaths. Very good. 1 more inhalation. And as you exhale, you're going to go ahead and toe heel this left foot. It's going to go clear across the mat. So I've got to, move my left hand to the edge of the mat, walk it over. I'm going to bend that knee down and stay lifted. So try to stay lifted and hips forward, right? Hips square to the top of your mat. You can lift up through your chest. Remember, if that knee is kind of giving you a little back talk, flex that foot. Maybe lift that knee, stabilize that knee. Take another full breath. If you'd like, you can walk the hands down, come into that really deeper, maybe stretch for you, into the gluteus. And move right into the breath. Count the breaths. Count 5 full breaths. Good job. Go ahead and bring your hands underneath your shoulders. I'm going to flex my right foot, pick up that right knee. Push into my hands, so I'm going to pick my body up, send the other leg back. Plank position. Take an inhale. As you exhale, push back to down dog. Now send your right leg up to a three-legged down dog and draw the right foot forward between your hands. Ground the back foot, the left foot to the earth. Cartwheel the left arm out and back into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Now make sure the wrist is even to your shoulder. Look back into the back arm. Once you're here, take your gaze to the middle finger, taking 5 full breaths. Sink a little bit more into the legs. And taking one more deep inhale, let's rotate that right palm up and come into your reverse warrior. Now some of you may choose to wrap the arm around to the front hip. If you choose to have your hand here, just have it so lightly so that you're not bringing your weight into this hand. So go ahead and open up through the rib cage, taking 5 more breaths. Now float back into our warrior 2 and take another inhale here. As you exhale, move into extended side angle pose, reaching the arm up and over the side of the face. Rotate this shoulder back as you reach through the fingertips. Beautiful. Now, if you want, you can reach the opposite arm up. Woo, that's really putting a lot of work into that leg. Take another full breath. Bring the arms up. Beautiful. Good. Take another inhale, and as you exhale, release your hands down and bring them to your heart. Let's pick up this right foot and pivot forward. Good. So now my feet are parallel to one another. All right, I want to very carefully pick up my left foot, pivot it out, bend the knee and reach the arms out from the center of your heart. Good. Make sure that wrist is even with your shoulders as you sink into your legs. Now come into that meditative breath. Find the strength in this pose. At the same time, let go. Let go of any tension. Soften those shoulders. Now rotate your left palm up. Move into our reverse warrior. So this hand is lightly back here. Sometimes on the hip you can hold. That's kind of nice. Or you're going to wrap that hand around the outside of your front hip. Bend that knee. Again, opening up through the side body. Take 5 deep breaths. One more inhale. As you exhale, float back to Virabhadrasana 2. Excellent work. Readjust. Take a deep breath here. As you exhale, come into your extended side angle pose. Rotate that shoulder back. Ground through your feet, but rise up through that arm and crown of your head. Make that long diagonal line here. If you want more challenge, you take that bottom arm and you reach it out. And slowly come up Whew. Bring your hands to your heart. Excellent. And bring that foot forward. I'd like to do a straddled forward fold. So hands to your hip crease. You're going to draw the shoulder blades together, right? So shoulder blades together, chest is lifting. Zip up through the abdominals. Take an inhale, lift your heart. As you exhale, flat back, forward fold. And I'd like you to slide your hands down the back of the legs and come into a forward fold. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, lift halfway up. Good, we're going to toe heel your feet together. Toes are out and come into Malasana. Good job. Remember, you can have your heels on a blanket. You can sit on a block. Those are good options, and take the time, because it'll make a world of difference. It will make a big difference in how this pose feels. It'll feel better. So take another couple of breaths, 3 more breaths. Bring your hands now to the mat. Just lean a little bit forward. Almost like crow pose, but we're just going to slide your left foot back and come into seated. Let's roll all the way back. So grab onto the back of the legs. And let's loosen up those glutes, the gluteal muscles. So upside down forward, take your right ankle above your left knee and draw that left knee up. So either wrap around the hamstring or around the shin. Relax your head and neck down. Close your eyes. Get rid of all the external distractions around you and just come right into your breath. Let's take 8 full breaths here. Very good. Release both feet down onto your mat. Let's go ahead and take your left ankle above the right knee. Some of us will stay here, in this position. This is enough stretch for you today. Otherwise, you're going to go ahead and pick up that knee. Wrap the hands around the thigh or the shin. Good. Tuck the chin in slightly. And then again, close your eyes. And bring your awareness back into the body. Let's stay here for 8 full breaths. Good. Take another breath in. Coming into a spinal twist. Hug both knees together. And now take your arms out into a T. Right? Either palms up. I'd like to anchor the palms down here. You're going to keep the knees and inner thighs together. Roll gently over to the right. And what's really hard here is for me is to keep the knees and the hips stacked. So sometimes for just laying the hand on the outside of this hip just kind of helps it, right? Just kind of relax down. Now my left arm is reaching. I'm trying to just relax that left shoulder blade down into the floor. But we can always stretch our neck, so turn the head towards the left fingertips. Stay for 8 full breaths. On that last exhalation, take one knee at a time. So bring the top knee up, followed by the bottom knee. Good. You can hug the knees in, stretch the low back. Good. Bring the knees slightly out, arms into the T. You're going to roll over to the left. Try and keep sometimes just shifting the hips a little bit to the center of your mat helps. Stacking your hips and your knees. My right arm is reaching. And I'm trying to work on getting those shoulders to anchor down to the floor. Close your eyes. Get rid of all the visual distractions. Taking 8 more breaths. Very good. One more cleansing breath. Good. Slowly draw one knee at a time. Back up to the center. Bring your feet down to the mat and bring your hands to your heart. And take a small bow of your chin. Gratitude for your strong, your healthy body. To be able to practice today our yoga for stretch and strength. The light in me salutes that light in you. And together we say, Namaste.